Well, good morning internet. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. Got some running around I'm wanting to do. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, of course, here we are, bright and early in the morning, kinda, sorta. And back after a couple days of thinking. I was a little bit overthinking things some. And made a few phone calls and kinda got things squared back around on, well, where they need to be. Well, what am I talking about? Well, you know how you make yourself a big purchase or a semi-large purchase, and then something happens kind of like what has happened, and the first thing on your mind is, what do you do with this semi-large purchase? I know that it's almost paid for, because I didn't really finance that large of an amount. However, the amount that I've got tied up in capital in this truck, meaning that my trade value and what I did put down on it, I can't afford to lose. So your first instinct is to call the dealership, see if you can get out of the truck or trade down into a lesser truck with lesser options, or even better, take a step back into your safety zone and go back into the canyon. Well, the canyon actually sold. It actually sold like 2 days after going on the lot, so that's a little odd that they would sell it so fast, because, well, what happens if the customer doesn't like the new truck? What happens then, right? You'd think they would keep it around for a couple of weeks before putting it on the lot, just to make sure the customer's happy with the new purchase and stuff like that. So the salesman, of course, offered me a good deal on a brand new 2018 GMC Canyon, essentially the twin to the one that I had, except for a year newer. And I thought about it. I actually really strongly considered it. However, for one, I'm gonna have to drop like $3,000 into it instantly to put the mud flaps, the lift leveling kit, the WeatherTech, the towing mirrors, the 3M film, I forget what else, into it to make it like the other one was. And when it get to be like the other one was, then it still is a small truck that still was having trouble pulling the camper trailer. So then the next idea was to go into a lesser of a full-size truck, as in lesser options, lesser trim level. But then really, because I got a sweet deal on this here truck, and my payments are low, and the amount was low, the payments wouldn't change and stuff like that. So here I am paying just as much for just as long as a time for lesser of a truck. So I might as well keep the truck I have, and at least you have some of the extra comforts that you would have given up, right? Well, I know it's covered in snow, and I know you really can't get a good look. But we have ourselves a 2017 GMC Sierra. It's got the 5.3 liter V8 engine. Of course, four-wheel drive, standard options like air tilt cruise. It has a power sliding back window, power sunroof. It has a sunroof, leather seats, and well, it happens to be the Denali trim package, so it has a little bit extra bells and whistles on top of that. Now, I've been driving for almost 20 years, and out of those 20 years, every step that I've made in my life has led to this point. This is kind of the pinnacle of my career. Every move I've made have led to this point, led to the new vehicles, led to the credit rating, led to being able to buy a truck like this. Most people are never able to buy a Denali just based on, well, what it is. And I know people aren't going to agree with me, and they're going to say, why did you overpay for a truck like this and all this? But realistically speaking, I got this here truck for just a couple of grand more than some of the other trucks that were on the lot. And really, it was basically the same price when everything came down to it as the lesser models. So, what are you going to choose, right? And at first I wasn't really sure what to do with it. Like I've never had a truck like this with this many options, and I wasn't really comfortable with all the options. But as time goes on, I'm sure what is there will definitely become of value, and I will kind of grow to like some of these other bells and whistles that I've never had before. But that being said, guys, I gotta go out, like I said, do some running around, do a few things. One of the biggest thing I need to do is look for me a snow shovel. After whatever it's been, 5-6 years, the one that I was wearing, the one that I was using, the cutting edge is starting to fail and detach from the shovel itself. And when that happens, it becomes misaligned, and it's actually gouging my wooden deck there. So it needs to be replaced before it causes more damage to the deck itself. And it's probably okay on the concrete, but on the wood it doesn't work very well. Yeah, got a couple more things I'm wanting to do. Do some more editings and get things ready for the next one. But pretty much, guys, gonna go in and around we roll. Well, hello YouTube, here we are. We have ourselves a bit of a evening update. Well, went out and did some running around. That was this morning, of course. Came on home. Shoveled a little bit of snow. Ended up feeling a little bit rough, so I crashed for a couple hours. A little bit of a recharge is kind of what needs to happen, right? Well, while I was recharging, I got a couple of emails and such. First of all, I'd like to say whoever has given me a shout out, thank you very much. And I know it's going to be a few weeks before this here vlog is seen, but thank you very much for all the new subscribers and followers, because, well, there's been a little bit of a unheard of growth in my channel and my Facebook. I never ever get this many subscribers in this short time at all, like in one clump. And with the Facebook group, it's only gained 2 new followers in like the last 2 years that it's been opened. And I've gained like 3 new ones in the last, what's it been, 3 days or 2 days? So that's unheard of, unprecedented. Like, somebody must have given me a shout out somewhere, or maybe shared a few of my videos, or I don't know. Does maybe YouTube is promoting my content or something a little bit? It's kind of neat when you get yourself an email like that, because it kind of motivates you again to make more content, or to continue on YouTube. I know I released a vlog the other day, and I have a couple of videos that are on scheduler to be released about shutting YouTube down and all that. So I don't know if I should remove those, because, well, you know, or just let them be the way they are, because, well, my life is what it is, and I know I censor some of the stuff that I see or say or do, but my life is my life, you know. The ups and downs, the second thoughts on the truck, or trading the truck, or buying the new truck, or showing my dad. I know other YouTubers have had things like that happen in their past and never shared it, where I know I didn't share it all. Obviously, I couldn't share it all. But I shared enough, more than what most people have, right? So it's kind of one of them things, right? I thank each and every one of my followers, my subscribers, the new ones that have come along, the old ones that have been with me from earlier on, you know, those that watch my content and share my content and all that good stuff. But I don't know what the evening's going to hold. Still haven't scored a snow shovel, so maybe that's going to be my outlet for tomorrow. Maybe I'll go out there and see what I can find, or maybe I'll go out tonight. If I'm planning on barbecuing anytime soon between now and spring, I'm going to have to buy another tank of fuel. So maybe I'll throw the propane tanks in the back of the truck and, well, get them filled up tomorrow as well. So pretty much, guys, gonna go in, stay warm, maybe make me a coffee or something warm, and we'll probably see y'all later. Well, hello internets. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. Well, we have ourselves a cool night ahead of us. Well, it took about 3 days for the Canada Post system to realize that the large sidewalk wasn't going to be shoveled this winter, and there was a perfectly clear and shoveled small sidewalk up closer to the house. And, well, they figured it out and delivered the mail. I watched them through the window over the last few days. She'd walked down the sidewalk, noticed that my front large sidewalk wasn't shoveled, and shuffle my mail to the back of the stack in her hand, put it back in her bag, and keep on walking. So it took them a couple of days or so to figure it out. You never know, maybe she had her supervisor come on over and inspect to see if I had a sidewalk or whatever. The funny part is probably for 30 to 40 years there never was a large sidewalk in that front yard. And it was only put there for my dad when I moved in, so he could get dropped off at the curb and up into the front door without having to fight the driveway or come in the back here. So now Dad's not here. Well, there's no point in maintaining or even keeping around a 5-foot wide sidewalk for no real reason, right? So this summer, probably going to tear that out, use the sidewalk blocks probably back here, maybe around the fire pit or so, and well, it'll be what it is. Still haven't got a paper. I don't know how long it'll take for the paper carrier to figure it out, but it could be another, 4 or 5 weeks before that happens. The whole newspaper delivery in this area is flawed anyway, because they don't have a consistent delivery schedule. The carrier, I don't know if they're special and they forget whole blocks or what, or if they are ditching the papers, or hey, maybe they're not printing enough, because the whole printed media thing is well, almost a thing of the past. With digital media, you go online, you get your news, you go get your flyers online. You really don't need to wait for their wet, soggy paper that's been delivered in the rain, or not delivered at all. And a while ago there, before I had stopped filming the Princess Auto Flyer, I was trying to hunt down a local paper to get the Princess Auto Flyer from, and even the paper boxes aren't nowhere near as common as they used to be. I guess is a sign of the times, right? But pretty much, guys, remember, we do have a social media page, as well as a fan mail address for all your fan mail needs. Check out the addresses down below with the links and all that good stuff. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.